Hi, I'm Matt Burns from the University of Missouri, and I'm here today to talk to you about promoting accelerated comprehension of text, PACT, in our PACT local study. We are partnering here at the University of Missouri with the American Institutes for Research and WestEd, two nonprofit research organizations. The American Institutes for Research is the primary group on this, partnering with the Meadows Center at the University of Texas. We're studying this approach called PACT. Now, PACT is important because it's designed to infuse literacy strategies within social studies. So we have middle school kids who really struggle to access content knowledge like social studies because of difficulties understanding the text. So the researchers at the University of Texas at the Meadows Center built this program where they would infuse literacy strategies, and they started it in social studies and started the research there. So they studied the effects of infusing it within colonial America, Road to Revolution, Revolutionary War. And what they found was that when they did this, there was a significant positive effect for comprehension of social studies text and a significant positive effect on reading comprehension. It also was found to be effective for working with diverse learners, emerging bilingual students, students with disabilities, and various diverse racial and ethnic backgrounds. So it's a great program. All of the research done around PACT to this point has been done by the researchers at the University of Texas. So those of us at the University of Missouri, AAR in WestEd, got together and said, well, we'd like to see if we can implement this across the country with different types of support than what they've used previously to see if we see the same types of effects. So PACT has 5 key components: an introduction comprehension canopy, a quick little 10-minute video, 5-minute video that introduces it, and then there's discussion questions to make it relevant to children today. And then there's essential words: vocabulary, vocabulary, vocabulary. We teach vocabulary for these 3 units, and every other day essentially is some sort of vocabulary practice. There's knowledge acquisition through critical reading of text, original source text, team-based learning comprehension checks, and team-based learning knowledge application. So there are these quick, easy, team-based assessments of are they learning it and can they apply what they learn. This framework fits within whatever social studies instruction is already going on. So for example, of a 10-day unit, and don't worry, we know some units are not 10 days. Some go 10, 12, 15 days. Some might be 8 days. That's okay. PACT is designed to work with whatever you're already doing. So it starts with this quick comprehension canopy to get the kids interested, practice the essential words, and every other day is that warm-up, which is essential words. And then there's critical reading of historical text 3 times with 2 knowledge-based comprehension checks, team-based comprehension checks, and a team-based knowledge application. This white space all throughout is whatever it is social studies teachers are already doing. This is a framework designed to work with whatever the teachers are already currently doing, to infuse literacy strategies within the instruction to help those kids who really struggle with reading better access the content. As part of this program, we give teachers whatever they need. We'll give them all the curricular materials, some games, some things like that, all the materials they need. We have a nice teacher's guide. And the teacher's guide has every unit broken up into these basic 4 areas: vocabulary, which is including essential words, the critical reading of text, the comprehension checks, the knowledge applications, and it's color-coded, so it's very easy to follow. All lesson materials you need to implement this. We'll provide all of those, including, as I mentioned, these comprehension checks, these quick checks, these student booklets, the critical reading, original source texts. Anything you need to implement this, we'll give all the student materials. And we do coaching. So what we're doing differently than that been done before is we hire a local coach, maybe a retired teacher or someone like that. And we train them how to implement PACT. They then train the teachers. Usually it's 2 days right before the school year begins. They do this 2-day training on how to do PACT. And then for every unit, they'll do 2 coaching sessions with each teacher one-on-one to support the implementation of these 3 units in PACT. Then lastly, we pay them. Teachers get paid a small stipend, a modest stipend for doing the training, and then another one for implementing the study. And that's going to vary a little bit based on other factors, but we'll pay a small stipend to be part of the study for all teachers who participate. So what we're trying to do is we want to study these three things. We want to see if you implement PACT supported with a local coach, do we see increases in 8th grade students' social studies content understanding, their comprehension of social studies, and their general reading comprehension in general. What effect does it have on motivation and engagement? Our hypothesis is this will have help students be more engaged in social studies. And of course, we want to see the effects on diverse groups such as emerging bilinguals, students with poor baseline reading skills, and students living in poverty. We'd like to get in this next cohort, we'll have multiple cohorts. We're hoping to get as many as 60 middle schools all across the country to participate. Now, we do have to point out half of the schools who participate will be assigned randomly to a control group. Now, the control group, the teachers will still get paid. And at the end of the study, end of the cohort, end of the year, we'll come in and do some additional training on what social studies instruction looks like, how to infuse literacy strategies within it, et cetera, et cetera. And it might be related to PACT, but it won't be PACT. We won't say, here's PACT, here's how to do it. The intervention group, of course, gets all of that and gets paid. The control group will get paid as well. You don't lose money if you're randomly assigned to the control group. They still get paid, and they'll get access to all this great PD at the end. We want to finalize schools who are participating pretty soon here in April or May. And then hopefully we start the training in August before the school year begins, pre-testing of all of our measures, et cetera, in September usually. You implement the intervention, the program for about 6 weeks on average. So sometime in those time period, and then do the post-testing. At the end, we'll do another delayed post-test just to see how well the kids retained the knowledge. And we'll ask teachers to complete a survey about how well they liked PACT. That's it in a nutshell. If you're interested in more information, please email us. Here's a website you can go to with more information about PACT. If you want more information or talk to us about what next steps might be to explore participating, then myself at the University of Missouri, Lauren Artsy at AIR, and Katie Drummond at West Ed would be more than happy to answer any questions you have.